Gamer time. Hello.
Hello.
I should probably share my stream on Discord, should I?
Hello.
That will
No.
help, yes.
We'll just guess.
Just guess the lines. It's fine.
We'll just watch the stream and start guessing.
Exactly.
Make up the lines as we go.
But yes, we are here continuing episode 2 of Stein's game, My Darling's Embrace. We're gonna get to the sex scene today. Let's go. No data. I stayed at the cafe in hopes of meeting our mystery customer, but he never appeared. By the time I left, the sun had set. A great dialogue. Hello? I returned to the lab to find Kiryu asleep on the couch. But Daru was nowhere to be seen. Which means... the development room is finally at my disposal. Based on my previous experiences, the phone wave name subject to change only works from noon to 6 p.m. I haven't figured out why we can only use it in that 6-hour window, but that's just how it is. I look at the clock. It's about 20 minutes to 6. If I work fast, I could do an experiment. As I passed by the sleeping Kiryu, something nagged at me. It wasn't anything particularly out of the ordinary. In fact, it was something very ordinary. I'm talking about a mere pair of headphones. That's right. Or at least that's what they seemed to be when Daru was wearing them yesterday. They're sitting by Kiryu right now. Perhaps Daru simply left them there. But as far as I can remember, that's not where they were yesterday afternoon. Then, did Kiryu borrow them from Daru? I didn't think people generally wanted to borrow other people's headphones, but maybe that's just me. Even so, Kiryu's proximity to the headphones bothers me a little bit. She's been working on her new gadget for the past few days. Perhaps the headphones might be a part of it. At least, I think they might be. And if that's the case, I made sure that nothing was coming out of the headphones, then put them in place on Kiryu's head. I thought for a moment that it had woken her as I did so, but she was simply muttering in her sleep. I breathed a sigh of relief, but stood still for a moment to confirm she was still asleep. Doesn't look like she's gonna wake up. I was getting worried over nothing. Meaning that I wasted my precious time when I needed it most. Damn you, assistant. She shouldn't have left something that seemed so important here in the first place. But just as I thought I should get to my work.
Akiran, I got to tell you something. Oh.
Mayuri excitedly burst into the lab, but at the sight of Kiryu asleep on the couch, she immediately quieted herself.
Is Christian sleeping?
And thank you for the resub, 13 months, holy shit. Thank you. Pay her no mind, but what's going on, Mayuri? I thought you were going to head straight home from work. At least, I thought I heard her say that as I left May Queen. Please don't tell me you've forgotten your plan since then. Even if you're playing the ditzy archetype, that's a bit extreme.
You're so mean, Akiran. Mayushi's not a ditz.
Talking like that doesn't help. Though, admittedly, that ditziness is part of Mayuri's charm. So she doesn't need to change a thing. Not that I'd ever tell her that. So?
Huh? What?
Hey, people really are going to think you're a ditz if you keep behaving like that. What did you want to tell me?
Oh, right. You know, you should have stayed at May Queen a bit longer.
Oh? Why's that?
Well, that shopkeep came by right after you left.
The shopkeep? You mean the guy who wanted to buy all of our gadgets?
Yeah, the shopkeep.
Damn it. How much worse could my timing be? Why didn't you give me a call?
Oh, I was in the middle of work, and he left pretty fast.
Mayuri's face fell as if she wanted to apologize. I can't rebuke a face like that.
Oh, but there is one good thing. He looked pretty indecisive yesterday, but today he said that he'd definitely buy the gadgets.
What? Really?
Yep, every last one.
But according to Mayuri, he wants them at lower prices than we've listed on our website. I would decline the offer saying, "You must be kidding, don't look down on us," but that's not an option right now. A starving man can't be picky. It seems that the buyer is going to come and get the gadgets as soon as he has the chance. As long as he refills our war chest, I have no problem with that. Mwahahaha! Brilliant, Mayuri! This is a major turning point in the Future Gadget Laboratory's history.
Oh, Kyron, you're so loud. You're going to wake...
Hi, Retro. It's going good. How are you? Just as Mayuri prophesized, Kirisu began to stir.
Look up, babe.
She slowly opened her eyes and looked at me with uncertainty. Then she smiled, as if a great weight has been lifted from her shoulders.
That's a relief. You disappeared suddenly. I thought you were going somewhere.
Christina?
Don't worry me like that.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious?
As she says this, she slowly started to look around. It was kind of interesting to see her eyes gradually gaining focus.
Did I say something weird?
You really did.
No way! What did I say?
You said that I was going somewhere. Her face suddenly tensed with nervousness.
Is that all? Did I say anything else?
Anything else? Well, you did say something like this. My abilities simply cannot compare to Hyoyin Kiyoma-sama, so I will dedicate the rest of my life to being the best assistant I can be.
Stop lying. There's no way I'd ever say something like that.
I'm not lying. As you know, the human subconscious reveals a great many truths in dreams. Meaning that those are your genuine feelings, Christina.
Worry, Christian. You didn't say anything like that.
Mayuri, why would you ruin this for me?
It's not good to lie, Kyron.
I knew you were lying anyway.
Curses. My strategy to fabricate a false memory and use it to manipulate her has failed.
By the way, I'm sorry, Christian. We woke you up, right?
Oh no, you're fine, Mayuri.
Indeed. You don't have to be sorry, Mayuri. It's her fault for sleeping defensively in a place like this.
And you! Why in the world do you think I was sleeping here?
It's only natural for an assistant to give her all for the sake of the lab.
Like I said, I'm not your assistant.
You get mad pretty easily. Have you considered taking calcium?
Who fault do you think that is?
She yelled at me. In addition to her calcium deficiency, she must have low blood pressure when she wakes up.
Guess that's what I get for skipping out on sleep to work on a gadget.
Then she stopped and moved her hand slowly to her head for confirmation.
What?
What's wrong, Christian?
Why are these on my head?
Because they were on the floor. Asa said that she took off the headphones with trembling hands.
On the floor? So you did this.
Okay. You read that right, Amumu? Okay.
Yeah.
So what if I did?
What did you do?
I told you. I just put the headphones on your head.
Headphones?
She stopped in place, looking perplexed.
Christian?
Huh? Oh, right. Headphones. What were you thinking? Putting headphones on someone while she's asleep.
She's suddenly trying to play innocent. This could mean that my theory about those headphones is right on the money. Hey, Christina.
What?
What exactly are you dodging?
Huh? Dodging? What are you talking about?
Don't lie to me. I can tell you're hiding something.
I'm not hiding anything!
Then why did you freak out?
I didn't!
Could it have something to do with the new gadget?
Gadget?
Right. You were...
That's right.
Ah!
Oh, I mean, right. I made a new gadget.
Are you... sure?
Yeah, of course.
What is this? Getting that information was almost too easy. After all the trouble she went to hide it, I was hoping for something more confidential.
Oh, Christian, you made another gadget.
Well, it's nothing special.
Fine. As long as she's honest, I have no complaints about her behavior. So, what sort of device is this new gadget?
Oh, wait here. I'll bring it out.
She stands up and heads towards the development. Wait, Christina.
What is it?
I'll bring it out, you said. But what do you have in your hands right now?
You were the one who said they were headphones.
Are they not a gadget?
Gadget number 12 is something entirely different. Just wait a sec.
It didn't seem like Kirisu was lying. The fact that she was holding something as she came out of the development room was proof enough of that. Then why was she acting so strangely? It's just confusing. Well, fine. I'll let it slide this time, since she's completed a new gadget.
Meet gadget number 12. It definitely needs some improvement, but it's mostly in working order.
And
Sorry, Discord decided I didn't need to use my
oh,
mic anymore, I
perfect.
guess. Wow, this is...
Number 12. Kirisu showed us a pair of ring-shaped objects, about 7 or 8 centimeters in diameter. They look like transformation bracelets kids wear when they're pretending to be their favorite TV heroes.
Hey, Christian, is this Darling, you idiot?
Hold on a sec, Mayuri. What kind of name is Darling, you idiot?
Huh? Oh, Kyron, we all thought it over together, and you said you were okay with it.
Welcome back, Retro. Is that so? I looked over at Kirisu, who silently nodded.
Mayushi wanted to call the gadget the lovey-dovey bracelets, but Darukan said he preferred Darling, you idiot. And Christian preferred,
The affection measurement device.
Right, and Kyron's favorite was,
Eternal Engage or something.
What? Okabe, do you not really remember that?
No, it just felt like the name I would have come up with.
I see. Even if your past has changed, your brain hasn't.
I will say that hearing the suggested names alone has given me some future understanding of the function of future gadget number 12. I assume that when two people put on their respective bracelets, this measures their affection for each other. When I asked Kirisu and Mayuri for confirmation, they said my guess was close.
So with the signature here, we can monitor a couple's body temperature, blood pressure, pulse, and perspiration to see if they undergo any psychological changes.
and if one has a weird reaction, it'll judge that he or she are cheating and zap them.
I see. That's why it's Darling, you idiot. It's a very Daru choice. Where's Tips? Tipses. His name is a homage to a certain line used by a heroine in a certain popular 80s rom-com novel.
I like that it's Ferris's fault that we have this gadget.
Darling no baka. Yes. But at the end of the day, it's basically a polygraph.
Well, Fair-san came up with the original idea, but I made a few adjustments.
She said this while putting one of the bands on her wrist, as if to check the size. Adjustments? What for?
Well, it's kind of sad if it's just an infidelity test. There's no hope there.
Oh? Again with this foolishness of yours?
The only fool here is you.
If If you rankle at that, at being called a fool, then perhaps I should say your head's filled with nothing but lollipops and rainbows.
Your ability to annoy me never ceases to amaze.
Chris-chan, it just means that a Chiron likes you.
Huh?
What?
It's just like a little boy bullying the girl he likes. That's how I think about it.
You don't understand what you're saying, Mayuri. I'd never act like some mere brat. Why are you blushing?
I'm not!
It's all because Mayuri had to say something weird all of a sudden. I need to change the subject. Fast. So, how do you use this?
Oh, that's easy. You put it on your wrist and turn it on.
Put it on my wrist and... I put the wristband on my right wrist. That's where I usually wear things like this. Though I typically use them to seal the power of my right arm, which is why I won't go... it won't.
Wait, I'm warning you. Never push that switch, no matter what. Never.
Kirisu looked desperate, so the Contrain in me was tempted to turn the device on just to see what would happen. But I resisted. Why not? What are you so worried about? I mean, you have to test it eventually, right?
That's right, but we have a problem.
Problem? What do you mean?
Let's take these off of our wrists first, and then talk about it. They're making me uncomfortable.
Alright. I could tell that Kirisu wasn't messing around, so I made it to remove the band off my right wrist.
Ah, I made it.
The door burst open and Dora rushed into the lab. Surprised by the sudden sound, Kirisu jumped in alarm. And then... Huh? I could have sworn I heard a strange electronic sound.
Oh, Dora-kun, toot-toot. What's got you in such a hurry?
Ew. Well, I just remembered that there's a special episode of Blood Tune on Nia Live, so I tried to get back here ASAP.
Blood Tune, a fictional TV anime based on a manga. Nico Nia Live, one of the biggest video streaming sites online. Epic.
Oh, that's right. Mayushi completely forgot.
For someone who avoids exercise as much as you do, you get really athletic when it involves something you're interested in.
I get shit done when I have to.
So cool.
Just play Chaos Head at some point. I didn't mean it as a...
I don't think
Wait,
there's...
sorry, go ahead, Nezumi.
I was saying, like, I'm not sure if Chaos Head actually got an English release other than the anime.
I have it on PS4.
Chaos...
Or is it Chaos Child?
Really? Chaos Child came out, and that's like the kind of like a sequel. Like it's like it has similar themes, but it's like a different story, different
Why
characters.
would they release the sequel before the prequel? In English, that's weird.
Oh.
I didn't mean it as a compliment. Yeah, no. They should release Chaos Child at some point, hopefully.
Oops, I almost forgot. Hey, Makishi, can I use your computer for a while? Makishi?
The confusion in Dara's voice continued to rise.
Hey, Ocarine. Is it just me or is Makishi shaking and looking traumatized?
It wasn't just Dara when I looked at Kirisu. She was looking at her feet and trembling. I couldn't see her facial expression, but she was definitely acting weird.
And are you feeling sick?
What is it, assistant? Did you eat something bad? Yeah?
You? What the hell did you do, you idiot?
What? The rage in Kirisu's voice puts me instinctively on the defensive. But something was different this time. She wasn't talking to me.
Do you have any idea what you just did?
Uh-huh? Me? As in, me?
For some reason, it seems like Dara was in her sights. And Dara looked just as confused as I am about that.
That's right, Hashida. I'm talking to you.
Hey, wait. What did I do to you, Makishi?
She must have caught you giving her hair the old sniff sniff or something. Sniff sniff. The actress, yeah. Uh-huh.
Right, that makes... No! There's no way I'd ever get caught. I'm a pro.
Kun.
Shut up! It's not anything perverted.
Then, what could it be?
Hashida, you were incredibly loud when you burst in here.
Oh, goodbye, Nezmi.
Oh.
Come in.
Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry. I accidentally pressed the wrong button instead of the mute.
It's fine.
Oh, yeah, I was in a hurry, so I guess I was pretty loud. Sorry if I surprised you or something. My bad.
My bad isn't going to cut it.
Don't get mad at him.
We have a new angel.
Bob, 20 months. Thank you for the
Holy
resub.
shit, 20 months.
Thank you. How are you doing? Hello, hello. Don't get mad at him, Christina. He really is apologetic. Why not just let this go?
Okabe, how could you be so calm at a time like this?
What? What do you mean? The anger on her face gave away too serious concern. Way too serious concern. And she said a single word.
Switch.
Switch? Nintendo Switch?
I pressed number 12 switch when Hashida came in and surprised us.
If we were in a manga, this is where a giant wham would appear in the background. But now that she mentions it, the band on my wrist fits a little better than when I first put it on. But... oh.
Huh? You mean number 12? Or should I say, darling, you idiot, is complete?
What kind of reaction is that?
Normal one?
Yeah?
So, what's... is that... so, is that what's on your wrist?
To be honest, none of us really got what Kiryu was so worked up about.
Listen, now that the switch is pressed, number 12 is officially activated.
We know that, but if that's a problem, we can just turn it off, right? I reach for the bracelet on my right wrist and look for the switch to turn it off. But... Huh? What's going on with this thing?
What's wrong, Kyron?
I pushed the switch, but nothing's happening.
What?
I pressed it again. Still nothing. Kiryu looked at us with eyes as cold as ice, and spoke with a voice even colder.
It's useless.
Useless? What do you mean by that?
You can't use the switch to turn the gadget on, but not off.
It took a while for me to understand what she was saying. It could turn on, it can't turn off. But that would mean...
I don't get it. Are you saying we can't turn it off once it is on?
That's exactly right.
I see.
I see. You're awfully nonchalant.
And you're awfully panicky. If we can't turn it off, we simply take it off. I tried to slip number 12 off my wrist, but the fit was snug and didn't want to come off so easily. Damn you! You're stubborn for a device made by human hands. I tried again, this time with both my hands. Until... Ah! Electricity shot through my right arm. What was that?
If you try to force the band off, it'll shock you.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier?
I thought it best that you learn through experience.
Oh, now she looks calm. This accursed woman will never be cute. Well, whether she's cute or not doesn't matter right now. Fine. Then give me the key to unlock it.
There isn't one.
What? What did you just say?
I said there isn't one.
There's no key? You gotta be kidding me. How are we supposed to take these things off?
That's why I was panicking this whole time. If this were just a joke, I would have gotten mad. Or I wouldn't have gotten mad.
What she says makes sense. Hey, assistant! Why did you make this thing in the first place?
Because you told me to.
Not that I recall.
That's because you sent the D-mail and changed the past, but it's definitely something you said.
Excuses, excuses. We're starting to get mad at each other. That's irrelevant. Just get this off me.
I would if I could.
How can you call yourself a scientist if you're not prepared in the event of an emergency?
You're one to talk. I told you that it's not finished. Or did you forget about that, too?
What was that?
What do you think?
We're staring at each other so intensely that our foreheads nearly touched. Sparks seem liable to fly at any moment. However... Ah! Sparks didn't fly, but electric current flowed. Continuously. My right arm!
Ocarine, man. No, it's not the time.
I'm not messing around, you idiot! My right arm really, really hurts!
Okabe, give me your hand.
What?
Just do it.
I give her my right hand as the electricity surges through me. She then took my right hand in her left. What are you?
Stop talking.
Our hands were as one. Her left hand over my right. That's lewd. What the fuck? I can't show this? That's how babies are made. And the current flowing through my right arm ceased. It stopped. Is this how we get our third child, Amumu?
Oh my god, stop.
Only watching 2 of them.
Oh shit, what the fuck? Okay, what just happened?
I told you I made some adjustments. It's not just about infidelity anymore. Arguing or getting mad at each other will result in an electric shock.
Apparently, Kirisu's adjustments also involved getting rid of a removal mechanism. She wanted to make it a device that could help a couple make up instead of simply punishing the cheater. Truly an idea befitting a modern woman. So this is your fault! That's exactly why an American-born girl who's never dated anyone would think.
Shut up, Cherry Boy.
What'd you say?
You wanna go?
If you don't, you're gonna get zapped again.
True.
We were close to getting in an argument again, but Mayuri stopped us. Right, now's not the time to quarrel. We have to figure out how to get out of this situation. In that regard, at least, Kirisu seems to agree with me. Then Daru slowly raises his hand.
Hey, you too.
What is it, Daru?
Did you come up with something?
He really is my right arm. He's already come up with a brilliant idea.
So can I go watch Nia live now?
Okay, I'll time this. Ready? Oh, fuck. Wait,
Okay.
I didn't click anything, though. 3, 2, 1. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Perfect. Another electric shock.
Feel connected to each other, the bracelets will come off, right?
That's correct.
She then proceeded to explain the functions of Darling You Idiot. They're as follows. The monitoring of body temperature, blood pressure, pulse, and perspiration. Should they indicate one user's unfaithful to the other, the device will administer a minor but painful electric shock. Should a user try to remove it by force, the device will administer an electric shock. Should the user get emotional due to an argument or the like, the device will administer an electric shock. If the users move more than 1 meter away from each other, the device will administer an electric shock. Should the users hold hands, the shocks will cease. And the device will come off once it judges that the user's feelings are intertwined. That's the end. This means that the bracelets monitor and analyze the emotions of their wearers based on physical indicators, but there's no practical data proving their accuracy. And while we could wait for the battery to die, this gadget uses a primary cell and a solar photocell, so it would last at least a week. Meaning that our only options for removing these are to shock ourselves silly, or for Kirisu and I to get in sync. Mayuri laughs it off as if it's an easy task, but Kirisu and I know how difficult that's going to be.
Ugh, how long are you guys gonna keep holding hands? It's disgusting normie behavior.
I'd stop if I could.
That's my line.
And just like that, we're in another argument. So if we don't hold hands, we're liable to be completely fried.
Well, there is a silver lining here.
What do you mean?
Well, every new gadget needs testing, right? This is it.
Oh, you've got a good point.
Mayuri agreed with Daru.
And also, I bet that Darling You Idiot will help Okairan and Christian get along better.
A terrible opinion from an uninvolved party. There's no way I'll be able to put up with this girl and her hair-trigger temper for an entire week. I really need to start thinking about how to get out of this situation.
This wouldn't have happened if you didn't ask me to make the stupid stuff in the first place.
It wouldn't have happened if you weren't a professor of virginomics. As soon as one of our mouths open, this happens.
I like that.
I do like that too. I'm going to use that line. This isn't going to lead to a productive discussion. Fortunately, it seems that Kirisu came to the same conclusion.
Time out. Let's figure out what we're going to do about this.
I didn't skip that. It skipped itself.
Oh. It's no use thinking about hypotheticals.
Huh? It's no use thinking in hypotheticals? Unless you're us. I can't believe it. How could I have forgotten something so important? What? Oh, let's see, sorry.
What time is it?
I was checking the clock before she'd finished her sentence. It was past 6 p.m. But maybe it's not too late.
Hang on, what are you two talking about?
D-mail!
You mean with phone wave chat?
Oh, that's clever. If we can change the past with D-mail, you'll be in the clear.
Exactly! I dragged Kirisu into the development run as fast as I could. In a flash, we set up the phone wave name subject to change. My previous experience has shown that we can use the phone wave from noon to 6 p.m. But those time constraints are just approximations, not concrete restrictions. On certain occasions, I've even been able to use it after 6 p.m. That said, we do not know yet what causes this variance. Regardless, if the timing doesn't line up today, we'll be forced to take this until at least tomorrow afternoon.
It's ready.
Everything is set up. Just send the email. I took out my phone and write a message and stopped as if I were struck by something.
What are you doing, Okabe? Hurry up.
What do I write and when do I send it?
Well,
You can set up to 3 emails of 6 full-width Japanese characters, or 12 one-byte English characters each. With proper timing and concise writing, we can deliver a message within the character limit. I have to be careful. I told myself just as much as the other day.
we should probably prevent ourselves from ever developing this new gadget, right?
That sounds wise. Like she said, we won't end up in the situation where we put on the kibosh in its honest development, or the kibosh on its development, yeah. The message will read, "Stop new gadget development at once." That should be enough. If we don't try to make that new gadget, then we could change the situation. So is this an AU that knows nothing of the original game? I think it takes place, like, within the first bit of the game. Because apparently we've gone up to Lukaku's D-mail is what they were talking about. So it's like an alternate story after that. We can keep Darling You Idiot from ever existing. But it'll probably wipe number 9 through 11 from existence too. But I'll come up with some way to find our lab. There's nothing to worry about. The D-mail is written. And all that's left is a tap of my thumb.
Okabe.
So it's like the Ruby anime? Yeah, I guess. Kirisu urges me on. With that, I press the button.
Okabe, what are you doing?
When you think about it, we don't have to stop all gadget development, do we?
Well, I guess not.
We put so much time and effort into making new gadgets that throwing them all away feels like a waste. And if we erase them all, then there's a chance that we won't be able to escape bankruptcy.
But then what should we do?
You only have to do something about number 12, right? Then why don't we just cancel number 12's development? If we put a stop to that alone, we could keep the other gadgets. Which would still let us make money. You just have to change the wording from new gadget to number 12.
That's fine by me. Now hurry up and send it.
I readied my phone and adjusted the message. Stop number 12 development at once. That should be the end of number 12. We can finally free ourselves from this hell. Number 12 will be wiped from existence before its development can even begin. Kirisu will never come up with her sickly sweet idea of her odd adjustments up. Everything should be squared away. All I have to do is press the button, and all our problems will be solved.
What's wrong, Okabe?
Nothing. That's right, there's nothing to be worried about. Number 12 will never be created. And we won't have any problems. Oh my god.
Come on, Okabe, what are you doing?
You know, number 12 isn't all that bad. In fact, with a few improvements, I think that number 12 could become a decent gadget. It might even be a big hit. I can't let the chance slip through my fingers. We could just tell ourselves not to put the bands on, couldn't we?
Sure, fine. Just do something. We have no time.
Right. With Kirisu's support, I changed the message yet again. Do not wear number 12 for any reason. That'll do. Alright, now I have to send the message. This way we don't have to stop gadget development. And number 12 will exist. We'll just have Kirisu make the improvements and get rid of these bizarre functions. Make it more accessible, simpler. Then it'll be a fine product. And in the end, everything will work out perfectly. But is there any other way? Is this truly the best choice? Shouldn't we think it over once more? Carefully? There has to be alternatives.
Ugh, damn it!
I feel like I was maybe supposed to send the demo there using the phone thing here. How do I bring up the phone, actually? That's a good question. Oh yeah, you click on this. I feel like I was supposed to send it on here, but I just didn't.
It's funnier this way.
I know. It's better. I've been punched in the back. What do you think you're doing?
Stop being so indecisive.
Is it okay if I let you know something about this part? Sure.
What more do you need to worry about?
I'm not worrying about anything. I'm just trying to make the best choice possible so we don't run into any pitfalls.
Stop wasting our time and send the message. If you don't, we'll have to spend the night like this.
When you send the D-mail, it will change the route you're on. Oh. So I totally was supposed to send the D-mail, but, like, it didn't tell me anything about sending D-mails?
It's so much better this way.
Well, I wonder what route we're on now. I know, just don't rush me.
Ugh! You're driving me crazy!
This is the hold hands to Kirisu the whole time route. Kirisu reached out and tried to grab my phone. What are you doing?
If you're going to take so long, I'll do it for you.
Excuse me?
Your last email experiment messed everything up for us. Let me send you a message telling you not to do it.
Hold on. You're seriously going all the way back to my last email?
Just shut up already! An experiment was the origin of all of this, right? Then intervening is our best option.
But...
Give it to me!
She almost grabbed my phone again, so I promised to change the message in accordance with her request. I'm not gonna send it. Reconsider D-mail experiment. This time for sure, I'm going to press the button. If you don't have time to beat this, are you sure about that? All I have to do is press the button. Then my D-mail experiment will never have happened. We're returning to we're returning the original world line. There's nothing to be decisive about.
Why are you just staring? Hurry up!
I know! This time I'll send it.
Just give it to me. I'll do it.
Kirisu tries to grab my phone again. Don't worry, I'm sending it now. We're out of time. I finally... No, don't send it. I finally pressed the send button. And then... Oh, it made me! The world around me blurred and distorted. My reading Steiner activates. The world line shifts. Or not. This means... that we're probably too late. What's my mail? Oh, I just got it now. Nice. Here's when I look down at our wrists in unison. We blink several times to make sure. But no matter how many times we blink, number 12 remains affixed to our wrists. I check the clock, 6:15 p.m. While our time constraints were vague and miracle, I suppose that it's that late is late.
Give me that.
An enraged Kirisu snatched my phone away. She types a message. Sends it. Nothing happens. She types another. Sends it. Still nothing happens. She looked almost pathetic trying to send a email over and over again. It was too tragic a sight to keep watching, so I put my hand on her shoulder. That's enough. I know how you feel, but things won't change no matter how we try.
Oh.
She turned and looked at me straight in the eyes. Her face was contorted by sadness as she snarled out.
This is all your damn fault.
Her voice was fraught with tears.
Things won't change no matter how we try? Seriously? Stop trying to act cool, you ass! It's your fault that we didn't send the email earlier.
Wait, calm down.
How can I be calm? What are you going to do about this?
I just want you to calm down. If you don't...
Yeah.
Ah! An electric shock ran through both of us.
Ow.
See? I told you.
Right. I was so mad I forgot about that.
You made this thing and forgot what it did. What are you, a goldfish?
Come again?
Wait! I'm telling you, don't get upset.
I can't believe you're the one keeping a level head.
I almost delivered a snarky rejoinder, but I knew it'd result in another shock. I swallowed my words and left the development room with the equally defeated Kirisu. Wait, hold on. What's that achievement I just got? Enjoy the origins. Oh, Entropy the origins. Oh, that's the name of the chapter.
Hey, how'd it go? Did it work?
Oh my god, look at these meals. We returned to the main room to Mayuri's Inquisition.
Mayushi, look. They still have number 12 on their wrist. It didn't work.
Hey, I guess they were too late.
As I needed more proof of the D-mail's failure, Daru Mayuri's awareness of the situation made it abundantly clear. Though I hardly cared at this point, I was focused on finding another solution. I recalled number 12's basic functions. The monitoring of body temperature, yeah, we've read that. Yeah, we've read that, yeah. And the device will only come off once it determines that the user's feelings are as one. I won't be able to send another D-mail until at least noon tomorrow. Meaning that for the next 18 hours, Kirisu and I are effectively joined at the hip. And I really can't imagine that we'll be able to satisfy the device's removal conditions of the process. If only because it's me and Kirisu. It's hard to think that 18 hours stuck together will improve our relationship.
So, now what?
How should I know? You tell me.
I can tell you this. I really don't want to spend the night with you in this state.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
There, calm down, you two.
Mayuri put a gentle end to the argument. Just in time, too. If the words had started flying, the electricity would have, too.
You make the same mistake over and over again. You never really learn, do you?
Pot, meat kettle.
Know what, Okairon? Mayushi thinks that this is your chance to make friends with Christian.
If we could do that, we wouldn't be suffering.
I hate to say it, but I agree with Okabe.
Wow, this is rare. Should this come off now that we're so in sync?
It's not that simple, you idiot.
It's like every word this woman speaks is specifically chosen to piss me off. If I didn't have this on, I would tell her once and for all who rules this lab.
That, it's so strange.
What are you talking about, Mayushi? Oh, what's strange?
Oh? If I'm friends with both Ocarine and Christian, then shouldn't Ocarine and Christian be able to become friends too?
Innocent idea from an innocent girl. If such a thing were possible, mankind would have joined hands in a peaceful brotherhood a long, long time ago.
Brotherhood? Ocarine and Mayushi are like a brother and sister, even though we're not related. So, maybe it really is impossible.
I guess it might... eventually?
I don't understand her words, but the conclusion seems valid.
Anyway, back to number 12. Is there any other way to get this off?
If there were, I wouldn't be panicking.
First of all, shouldn't there be a safety lock or something if you're gonna sell this?
That's why I told you it wasn't finished.
Then why did you really have to make it so indestructible in the first place?
You're the one who told me to make it as perfect as possible.
I don't recall.
You never do unless it's convenient.
If I said I don't recall, I don't recall.
Okay, cut it out. Keep this up, and you're both going to get zapped again.
This is all because you surprised us.
This is all because you surprised us. Ah!
Hey, I tried to warn you.
I look at the clock. It's past 7:30 p.m. How has it only been an hour?
Green, Chris-chan, are you okay?
Mayuri looks at our faces one after the other. Just over an hour, we'd been shocked more times than I could count on my fingers. You'd think that would inspire me to be more careful, but I can't help but get angry when Curious is around.
Yeah, you guys should really try to remember that you get zapped whenever you start arguing.
I know that. You don't have to tell me.
If that was true, you would stop.
If I could, this wouldn't be hell.
I wouldn't get mad if you would just think before you speak.
You're the one who keeps trying to get the last word.
Really? I'm the one?
You're doing it now. Just like that, we're in an argument as soon as we open our mouths. But my body can't keep taking these shocks. It's only been an hour. Will we even survive until noon tomorrow?
Hey, Mayushi has an idea. You two should hold hands.
Huh?
Oh, that's right! You won't get zapped if you're holding hands.
That's true. I just gone over number 12's functions too. What's wrong with me? I completely missed the most obvious solution.
Okabe.
Kirisu gives me her left hand. Yeah. I nod slightly and offer my right. We hold each other's hands.
Oh,
They were at they were at each other's throats a moment ago, and now they're holding hands. It brings a tear to my eyes.
And? How did you forget such an important function? And you call yourself my assistant?
How did you forget something that you just told me? How are you this stupid? How are you still alive?
Say that again.
With pleasure.
It's nice while it lasted.
It sure was.
We wouldn't be in this mess if you could have just written your stupid message faster.
Says the woman who switched the gadget on in the first place.
The gadget that I only made because you told me to.
Well, maybe if you never did that lecture on time travel.
Hey, Mayushi.
Daruka?
How much longer do you think they can keep arguing?
We might not get any visits from Zappy soon, but this is getting to be a little much.
Still, doesn't this remind you of something?
What?
A lover's quarrel?
Yeah, it really does.
Hey, who said this is a lover's quarrel?
Yeah, how on earth could you think that?
Did he just say how on earth?
Mayuri stared at Kirisu and Ark joined hands.
Well, you're holding hands and arguing at the same time. Anyone would think you look like lovers, SMH.
True, but we have no other choice.
Excuse me.
Mayuri abruptly raised her hand.
Yes, Mayushi?
Mayushi thinks you two should stop arguing.
Seconded. You've been arguing about the same stuff over and over again. It's starting to get boring.
I'm not doing this for their entertainment. But even if I begin to think that this war of words wouldn't lead me anywhere. No. In reality, I realized that long ago I was merely waiting for a chance to say so. As I looked at Kirisu, I could see worry in her face. Perhaps she felt the same. That's true. In fact, I kind of agree with Mayuri and Daru.
I have no objection to that.
So, why don't we stop blaming each other from now on?
Sure.
That would have been a great time for the two of us to shake hands if we weren't already holding each other's hands. This probably won't put an end to our arguing on a larger scale, but it seems like we have a temporary truce at least.
Hey.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, they can't be more than 1 meter away from each other, right? And, I think Chris-chan lives in a hotel in Oshinamuzi. Oshinamuzi.
Don't even joke about that. I'm sorry, but there's no way I'd ever take Okabe back to a hotel.
I had the perfect retort lined up, but knowing that it would spark another argument, I managed to hold my tongue at the very last second.
Are you going to spend the night here then?
Unfortunately, it seems like we have no choice.
What do you think, Christian?
If that's our only option, that's what we have to do.
I see.
After we answered, Mayuri seemed lost in thought.
Hey, I'm sorry, but I have to go home.
Well, I thought as much.
What about you, Daru-kun?
I'll be heading home soon.
But that means that Kyron and Christian will be left alone. Do you think it's okay?
That's right. I'd forgotten something very important. As it gets dark, Kirisu and I will be left alone. Which means...
Wait, that's terrible. Help me out.
Stay with you, but I have to go home tonight.
Please.
Sorry, Christian.
I can't believe this.
Oh, but maybe Daru-kun can stay here.
Huh? Hashida?
Kirisu looked at me and Daru one after another.
The three of us? Okabe, Hashida, and me?
Oh, I'll stay here if you say. Don't let me spend the night alone.
Hell no!
What the fuck?
Don't worry, it's not like Okarina and I will double team you or anything.
Ugh, stay away, you perv. Did you really think I'd ask you to stay here after hearing that?
She makes a good point.
You're so harsh. It's one of your American jokes.
You call that a joke? Coming from you, it sounds more like a sexual threat.
Maybe he's right about you being harsh, assistant.
Well, anyway, I've got things to do, so I really should get home.
So in the end, Kirisu and I will be left here alone after all.
Hey, but it'll be fine, Christian. He doesn't look it like it. But Kyron's a gentleman. I don't think he'd do anything weird. That's right, isn't it, Ocarine?
You wouldn't know it by looking at me, but I'll have you know if you look up gentleman in some dictionaries. You'll see the definition. Okabe Rentbro.
See?
It is a very American joke.
Under the subsection, Gentleman Perv.
Now I'm even more worried.
As my assistant, you've spent the night here numerous times in the past. There's no reason to worry now.
Seriously, No matter how you look at it, this isn't remotely the same situation.
I'm just trying to tell you not to worry, damn it.
Anyway, if you try anything weird, I'm gonna yell as loud as I can.
Well, if you try anything weird, I'll never forgive you.
Why would I ever do that?
What an annoying conversation. Think about it, she's just my assistant. We're only gonna spend one night together. What does she think I'm going to do? What? Yeah, it's me. What's that? Did you say my assistant may be working for the organization? There's nothing to worry about. Even if that were true, a girl probably has a weird Mongolian spot on her butt would never shake my focus. Hi Claire, how are you doing? Thank you, the prayer.
Hey, that's pretty rude.
Quiet down, spot butt.
There are no spots on me anywhere.
Arguing?
I'm doing good. How are you? Oh, you said you're doing great. Wait, fuck. It has been long. I hope you are doing amazingly well. Thank you so much for coming by. It's good to see you. Mayuri spoke up in a rare fit of anger.
Okay, Mayushi's going home now, but you guys better be nice to each other. No more arguing.
Thank you for the water. Roger.
Sorry.
That's what I like to hear. So what are you gonna do, Daru-kun?
Oh, I'm going home too, but before I do, okay.
What is it?
Can I use those parts in the lab for the new gadget I'm currently working on?
Yeah, of course. The lab is in your hands. Do whatever you'd like.
Okie dokie.
What? You're seriously planning on making more gadgets?
Naturally. Just because you created a new product for us doesn't mean that we're going to stop working. Don't presume that you're the only one holding up this lab.
I didn't presume anything.
Right now, you two be nice.
Ocarine, don't forget your promise to stay pure until our wedding night.
Hey, yo? Claire, thank you for the lurk. I never agreed to that. It's after 9 p.m. Mayuri and Dara left about 5 minutes ago. In that time, the silence has only been broken by the ticking of the clock. Neither one of us has said a word. I can feel the tension in the air. I'm sure there's been situations that put Kirisu and I alone in this room before. At least, as far as I can remember. But I didn't think anything of them at the time. Neither did she, most likely. At a glance, this is the same sort of thing. But what's with this tension in the air? It's so thick I can hardly breathe. Don't tell me this is gonna last till tomorrow afternoon. I don't think I'd be able to take it. The worst part about all this is the silence. So maybe if I break the silence, things will get back to normal. One word. It's all it would take to fix things. Okay. Oh, fuck. 3, 2,
Oh.
1. What awful timing. Our words stumbled over each other.
What?
No, it's nothing. What were you gonna say?
Nothing in particular.
Silence again. Damn it, why would she start talking when she's got nothing to say? No, she must have been thinking the same thing I was. But our awkward timing ruined any chance of a conversation. Something. There's gotta be something we can talk about. What did we talk about up until now anyway? Now that I think about it, it's only been 10 days since we first met. We've talked about time travel, D-mail, experiments, and gadgets. In fact, so much of our conversation has been centered around gadgets that we haven't spent any time in casual conversation with one another. Of course, discomfort will arise when we're forced into a situation like this, and this awkwardness will only continue until something is done. Anything. I just have to say something. I'm getting thirsty.
Well, it really is hot today.
Good thing we're stocked up on Dr. P.
I've heard that this year's going to be hotter than ever. Record-breakingly hot.
Oh no, I think I drank the last bit of it yesterday.
One of my friends told me that it's hot in the US right now as well.
I really should have bought some more today.
I wonder when they'll formally redact the inaccurate statement that carbon dioxide is the main cause of global warming.
I can't believe this.
It really is hard to believe.
This is all wrong! It almost looks like we're having a conversation, but we're just rambling to ourselves. How long can we keep monologue like this? There's no way we can keep it up until noon tomorrow. None! And why is it so hard to come up with something to talk about all of a sudden? There's only one thing I can do in a situation like this. Mwahahaha! What's wrong? You've been acting strange for quite a while. You're hardly your usual self, Christina.
No, what are you doing?
Offering you a bit of information. I, Hyoyin Kyoma, am a mad scientist that only care for research and experimentation. My ultimate goal is to destroy the system that governs the world and plunge it into chaos.
And why are you telling me this?
Because my love of science comes before all else. I have little need for women and the things that accompany them.
Wait, Okabe? Is that what you're into?
What do you mean by that?
Well, how can I put this gingerly? Bacon lettuce? Or blacklist? Or British library?
Huh? What in the world are you getting at?
Oh, You know, I don't want to say it out loud and embarrass you.
Bacon, lettuce, BL? Wait. Boys love? You're the one who should be embarrassed. You must be the kind of girl who starts coupling every 2 guys she sees. Why would Daru and I ever...
Stop, you idiot! Don't make me imagine that!
You're the idiot! Stop imagining horrible things! Oh god, now I'm almost imagining it!
Let me just say that I'm not into that kind of stuff either. Besides, Fire is the only other girl you ever hang out around, and you always say you're just childhood friends. Besides, you just...
What did I just do to make you think this of me?
It's not what you did, it's what I heard. The promise you and Hashira made?
Promise?
He just brought it up! About staying pure until your wedding night?
What?
I heard that men weren't willing to wait anymore, but maybe that's not true.
Stop talking nonsense! Daru was just joking around. And I never promised anything of the sort.
Sure.
I'm serious. I'm a sexual carnivore. If I had the chance, I'd eat you whole.
If you had the chance? Eat me whole?
Kirisa wordlessly slid away from me. How could this happen while I was trying to soothe her anxieties? Me thinks this girl is a little too nervous.
That's the complete opposite of what you just said.
Wait, I was just responding to what you were saying. I don't plan on doing anything.
You called yourself a sexual carnivore.
Just calm down. If you move any farther away from me...
Huh.
Ah! I was interrupted by a jolt of electricity. I tried to warn you.
And I told you, I asked you to warn me a little earlier.
Perhaps because she realized anger would lead to another shock, Kirisu calmed herself halfway through her sentence. That shock must have her feelings feeling a little more cautious. Anyway, if you're worried, I'll say it again. I swear I won't do anything. I mean it. You have nothing to worry about.
Can I really trust you?
I swear to Einstein. I raise my right hand as I take the oath.
All right. If you say so, I'll trust you.
Good. Now that that's out of the way, we gotta find a better way to spend our time. The longer the silence and inaction continues, the slower time seems to pass. The way we experience time is not absolute, but relative. According to the general theory of relativity, the way our bodies experience time is dependent on gravity. Naturally changing gravity is beyond us at the moment. Which is why it's so crucial for us to find activity that makes it feel as though time is passing more quickly. To distract ourselves until noon tomorrow. Let's see. Why don't we pass time by playing a game?
Like a video game? Do you have any around here?
I'm not sure, but let's go look for something we can play on the PC in the development room. Let's go play Roblox. With that, I persuaded Kirisu to look for a game with me. And... what is this? These are all porn games! We discovered an assortment of games with very adult cover art. There was no end to them. If you can afford all these games, we should be able to afford to donate to the lab. Kirisu gave me a cold stare. It's not what you think. These aren't mine. They're all Daru's, I swear. Kirisu slides 30 centimeters away from me. There's no way I could play any of these with her. Now with that attitude, you can't. You know what? Now that I think of it, it would be a little odd for two of us to play a game on one monitor. We have to have something else. Oh, I've got it! I'm pretty sure we have to have some sort of board game. You know what I'm talking about? Like, Monopolist or Alive or something? Monopolist?
Good idea. A game like that would be perfect for killing time.
Right? I know, I bought something like that to play with Mayuri and Daru. Let's take a look. We searched the laboratory for a board game this time, and we found... this is... Twistor? You have to know what Twistor is. It's a game where you put your hands and feet randomly chosen on randomly chosen colored spaces and basically get intertwined with the other players. Oh, whoa? So what is it doing here? As far as I remember, I've never played anything like this in the lab. Could this possibly be another result of the D-mail I sent? I tried looking, I didn't really find anything with Okabe and Daru. You tried to look for fan fictions? Oh no. But that led to another problem.
Kabe, you're doing this on purpose,
No
right?
fan art? Shit. Her skepticism is valid. No, I swear. I never knew we had this in here. She falls silent and goes for a double slide-away combo. By this point, we realize the kill time with the game idea was going nowhere. No twist tour. So instead, we went to a convenience store to get some snacks and ended up standing around there reading manga and magazines until about midnight.
I really didn't expect how hard it would be to stay within a 1 meter radius of each other.
She's not kidding. Staying close was especially hard outside, where simply walking out a step with each other could lead to a sudden shock. The convenience store was nearly as tough. It's easy to separate if one person sees something that catches their interest and the other doesn't notice. Takes a couple steps forward. We suffered more than a few shocks that way, which made the staff very suspicious of us. This thing actively gets in the way of living a normal life.
That's something we need to improve if we're going to bring it to market.
You're still considering it, Christina?
Of course. Even if it was an accident, this experience is still providing us with valuable research data. We might as well try to get something out of such an awful situation.
You really love your experiments, huh? Kind of an experiment freak, really.
Oh, I assumed any scientist would feel the same. Or is the idea of getting something out of this beyond the feeble mind of mad scientist Hiyoi and Kyoma?
Don't be absurd. Of course I thought the same thing.
Uh-huh.
She's just like my Yuri. She may initially panic once an unexpected event occurs, but once she has time to pull herself together, she's perfectly composed. I feel like women have the nerves of steel when the chips are down.
By the way, this room is getting really hot.
Ayo?
I can't believe you don't have AC in here. It's basically essential overseas.
We're making these gadgets so we can afford it. Drink this, it'll help. I took a Dr. P out of the convenience store bag and offered it to Kirisu. She turned it down with a shake of her head.
No thanks.
What? I thought you liked Dr. P.
I do, but I don't want one right now.
She said as beads of sweat ran down her forehead. She's an odd one. It's hot enough that you're liable to get heat stroke, even inside at night. Don't blame me if you get sick. Well, if she doesn't want it, I'll drink it. I twisted off the cap and downed about half of it in a single guzzle. It was perfectly chilled, perhaps because it had been in the store's cooler for a while. It doesn't sell very well and tasted delicious. The tension in the air after our first shock and the weird feeling that lasted until just a few moments ago had us both completely evaporated. At this rate, we should have no problem making it to tomorrow afternoon. You're telling me you don't like to drink Dr. P? I can hardly believe it. I'd hoped the rest of our time would fly by without incident, but such was not the case. It was just after 2 a.m. I never could have imagined it would come over me so quick suddenly. What can I do? Kirisu is right next to me reading an article written in English. I look at her. I try to quell the urge, but it's growing and growing inside me. Overpowering me. I can't take it anymore.
Hey, what are you doing fidgeting like that? You're distracting me.
Oh, I know what's happening. Without a word, I took her hand.
doing?
Christina. I can't.
Don't tell me you...
I didn't need to say a word for her to understand my desire. She's a sharp woman. I nodded slowly and firmly. Now I get why you didn't want any soda.
I knew it. You have to pee, right?
My bladder feels like it's about to explode.
That's because you drank so much.
If you knew this was going to happen, you should have told me. This is bad. Even tensing my abdomen to yell at her makes me feel like everything's gonna leak out of me. Look, we're going to the bathroom. Come on.
But I refuse.
She responded without batting an eye.
Ah!
You really are an at Chandler.
What are you talking about? I just said I refuse, not but I refuse.
Huh? You just outed yourself. How do you know that but I refuse is at-channel jargon if you're not an at-channeler yourself?
Urgh.
The genius girl Makise Kirisu is an at-channeler. How much do you think the media would pay for a scoop like this?
I don't care. And didn't you have to go to the restroom?
Right! Just don't just stand there. I need a toilet. To the bathroom.
Didn't you hear me refuse?
What? Do you want me to do it here?
Wow, that would be embarrassing. A guy wetting his pants at the age of 19.
Keep talking while you still can. Once my body releases attention in a watery explosion, you're not gonna get off easy. You understand? Or is that what you want? Don't tell me that's your fetish. That's incredibly perverted.
No way in hell! That's gross!
With every word, I got closer and closer to my limit. I twisted my body to the right and left and made one final agonized appeal. Then, why would you refuse? What do you gain from this?
Do you know how to ask a favor of someone?
Please come with me. Please.
That's what you should have started with. Eek!
I couldn't listen to her any longer. I dragged her to the bathroom and left her on the other side of the closed door. I made it. Fortunately, with the door between us, we're within 1 meter radius of each other. If we weren't, an electric shock would have torn through my body, releasing what was inside it and spelling the end of the world.
Hurry up!
She didn't have to tell me twice. Keep your ears shut.
Why wouldn't I?
That was a close call. But we avoided the end of the world. They say even a longest night has an end. The rays at dawn spilling into the lab lent crescendo to that moment. Sunlight bestows blessings upon the world and hope upon to its people. I wonder if I would appreciate the sun as much as I had not wanted so desperately for it to rise. Finally, 6 a.m. came. Hey, think we should try sending a D-mail?
What are you talking about? Did you forget that we can't send a D-mail until noon?
Of course not, but it might be worth a try anyway. If our only other option is just to wait until noon, I say we give it a shot.
Well, I guess. If we send one and it works, we can save ourselves a few hours.
We agreed to write and send a D-mail. I'm not gonna fucking send it. So, you're okay with sending the same D-mail we tried last night? About not doing D-mail experiment in the first place?
Yes, I don't have a problem with that.
Right. I opened the mail menu and typed D-mail experiment is trouble. I just the word slightly because spending one night with Kirisu made it clear that number 12 incident had an even more troubling impact than initially thought. I want to get out of this predicament as soon as possible. That's how exhausting the last 12 hours were to Kirisu and I. Then let's do this. Phone wave, name subject to change, activate. The phone wave powers on. If it works, the machine will start emitting electricity. Come on.
Please?
We shout as we pray for success. However, nothing happened. There's no feeling of dizziness, no strange sensation of the world turning around. The only thing we heard was the familiar ding that tells you your food is microwaved. I checked my right wrist to be sure. Lo and behold, number 12 was still firmly affixed. So it didn't work, huh?
I knew this would happen, but I'm still disappointed.
But we can't just sit around here and wait for the next 6 hours to pass. Can we?
Definitely not. We'll try again later.
Yeah. We have nothing to lose. And if we succeed, we're golden. We tried again 2 hours later, just after 8 a.m. Right around the time the nation of Japan starts getting ready for the day. Maybe the phone wave is ready too. Admittedly, the grounds for that assumption were fairly weak. It's that sort of wishful thinking that propelled us into another attempt at sending an email. But, as expected, the results were unfavorable.
Let's try again 1 hour from now, at 9 a.m.
Sure. At this point, Kirisu and I had learned from our mistakes. We've been shocked so many times that we didn't even get close to an argument during our wait. After this, we tried setting our D-mail every hour on the hour, at 9, 10, and 11 o'clock. You'd think we might just wait until noon, but we were so stubborn since we already made so many attempts. The two of us tried to send an email. But every attempt ended in failure. Let's do this. 5, 4, 3.
2, 1.
Phone wave name center to change, activate. I hit the send button on my phone for the 6th time today. The blade on my phone wave started to spin. And a few seconds later, the phone wave stopped unceremoniously. Our new Gmail attempt had failed.
This can't be.
Kirisu's shoulders slumped and emitted a sound that was equal parts fatigue and disappointment. Well, it is what it is. We know we can send a D-mail in the afternoon, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it works at noon on the dot.
That's true. Oh, but that means the next one should work, right? Some of our previous experiments have succeeded at 1 p.m.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know why our D-mail rose is so inaccurate, but I don't really care right now. I just want to be able to change things. That should be our last disappointment. No more failed D-mail transmissions, no more sitting lifelessly on the couch as the seconds tick endlessly by.
Only 1 more hour. Less than that even. Then we'll be free.
That's right. 1 hour left.
Hey, why don't we talk about what we're going to do once we're released from number 12?
Brilliant idea. You really are a genius.
Hey, cut it out. You're making me blush.
Right, sorry about that. Force a habit. What a dumb conversation. It's so uninspired, like I came out of some foreign TV series. Looking back on it now, it makes my skin crawl, but at the time we were completely invested in what we were talking about. The freedom we had longed for was just ahead of us. We were completely elated. Now that I think about it, I was the only one whose freedom lay ahead, because of my special ability reading Steiner. Once the D-mail was sent, Kirisu wouldn't be free from number 12. There'd be no liberation for her. But that thought couldn't have been further from our minds.
I'll start. Once I'm free, I want to take a hot shower and sleep in my beautiful, perfectly air-conditioned hotel room. What about you?
Pretty much the same thing. I'm going to celebrate my freedom by sleeping in as late as I want.
This is exciting.
Yeah, it really is. We spent the next hour in high spirits. And at last, the hour hand at the clock approached 1 p.m.
Huh? Hey, Tarakun. It's unlocked.
What? Really? Think they're still here?
Sleep?
What if we go in and find them in a compromising position?
Way. It's Ocarine.
QFT.
Want to know what that is? Oh, quoted for truth. Okay.
Oh, quoted for truth.
Doo-doo. Okiren, Christian, good morning. Huh?
What is it, Maishi?
Christian.
Huh? What happened to you guys? You look like boxes that should have been thrown in the towel 3 rounds ago.
Okiren, Christian.
Why?
Eh?
What? They've still got 12 on their wrist. But that would mean...
Why? Why won't the D-mail work?
Oh, I've looked over everything, but nothing seems broken or out of place.
Why doesn't it work? It's past 3 in the afternoon. One of these D-mails should have taken by now.
Maybe there's a limit on how many emails you can send.
A limit? That's the first I've heard of it.
Well, yeah, I just came up with the idea. Besides, when you think about the laws of physics, this should never have been possible in the first place.
Then what makes it work?
How should I know?
It was just about 1 p.m. when we excitedly sent the D-mail that we thought would liberate us from number 12. But tragically, the D-mail wasn't sent back in time. It didn't change the past. We have no idea why. No matter how many times we tried, the only response we received from the phone wave was this ordinary ding. It didn't shoot out electricity, let alone change the past. The greater one's expectation, the more brutal the betrayal. By the end, the two of us were running on empty. We were so spent that we didn't even notice that Daru Mayuri came in for quite some time.
Let me try it one more time.
Go for it. Perhaps this time we'll succeed. How many times have I thought that in this past hour? My thoughts were interrupted with the ding of the phone wave. It's Sunday, that's why. Oops. With no idea why it wasn't working, the two of us sunk into the sofa.
Hey, Christian.
Yeah, I'm fine. That's not true. I'm getting exhausted.
We can't do a thing about this. Daru and Kirisu couldn't figure out why it wasn't working, so we're completely beaten.
Maybe we should give up on using the email to change the past.
Me, no, Kyron and Christian have to stay like this.
Well, for a while at least.
A while.
Well, I'm not really sure. Maybe it'll come off once Okarin and Makishi start getting along better. Or maybe we'll just have to wait until the battery dies.
If we can't send the email, we can't change the past. It's a fairly ordinary situation to be in, if you think of it. After all, we never knew that it would be possible to send an email into the past until a few days ago. But it's different now. Changing the past now that I've tasted forbidden fruit, I assume that any mistake could be undone with some time manipulation. I thought that the ability to send an email was a given. I've subconsciously taken it for granted. But that idea now lies shattered upon the ground. The absolute fatigue that comes with being awake for an entire day, and the utter despair that comes with me being proven completely wrong combined within me. That cruel cocktail left Kirisu and me barely holding on to what remained of our sanity. At that moment, the front door suddenly flew open and someone came in.
Hello.
Susaha walked in with a voice brimming with energy.
Oh, Susa-san. Toot-tooroo. Gina Mayuri. Toot-tooroo.
She looks around the room, giving her head a slight tilt as she captures me and Kirisu in her sights.
What's wrong? Everyone looks so grim. Darakun surprised Kyron and Christian, so they're kind of stuck together, and everything is bad. Okay, I don't really get what's going on, but I believe the bad part.
Susaha looked around the room again and scratched her head.
Maybe today isn't a good day.
A good day for what?
Well, the owner's on vacation with Nai, so business is pretty slow. So I was thinking I might hang out here.
Oh yeah, sorry. Now might not be the best time.
That's what I figured, but I get you. No worries. Sorry about that. No, it's fine. I'm sorry for interrupting.
After Susaha left, the room once again fell silent.
Well, I'm gonna go finish that thing off. I'm just about done anyway.
That thing is probably the new gadget I asked him to make. But it doesn't matter anymore. I'd rather he worked out some way to solve my problem than he's done. But he's done his due diligence already, so I don't have a choice.
I want to take a shower.
Kirisu said this quietly as if emerging from a daze.
I want to go back to my hotel and take a shower, and then I want to sleep.
Jan?
Don't be so selfish. You know that we need to do something about this first.
Do something? How?
You made it, so you should know.
Then it's impossible. I take pride in knowing that I've made something perfect.
And just like that, we're back to square one. No, more like square negative one, since using Dmail to fix this is off the table. The only improvement over yesterday is that we're too exhausted to argue with each other. I see, then. There's nothing we can do. We're gonna have to wait another week or two for the battery to die. Unless our feelings can intertwine. It's me and Kirisu. So the chances are slim.
I've got it. I've come up with an idea.
Everyone immediately looked at Kirisu.
Mean it?
I knew you'd come up with something, Makishi. Let me know if there's anything I can do.
So, tell us about it. What's this idea of yours?
It's simple.
With 6 hopeful eyes staring at her, she gave a wry laugh and said,
We cut it off.
Hey, darling, you idiot, off your wrist?
No, if we did that, we'd get shocked.
Then, what are you cutting?
It's foolproof. This right here.
With a smile on her face, Kirisu slowly raised her left arm. In her hand, she held my right arm.
See, if we cut this off, we don't have to wait for the gadget to come off, do we?
Why are you yandere now? Yandere, Makise?
Why do you keep giving me these
Listen.
characters?
At least you live.
Heck,
Does she not look
well,
like
it's
Monica
not really
Rain?
yandere. It's not really yandere. It's not really yandere because this is not motivated by
I
love.
know, but the eyes in the background here.
It'd be
Psycho.
more on the yangire side.
The hell is she talking about?
On. Do you know Daruka?
I really hope she cuts off my arm. Oh, there we go.
Oh my god.
Oh, has Makishi gone full yandere?
A female character who acts normally and awfully violent. You're the protagonist. You idiot! Now's not the time for jokes. Christina, have you gone insane? Has the exhaustion finally gotten to you?
Oh, I'm quite sane. I think it's the most reasonable solution given our current situation.
She said this with a cold smile and a small chuckle. Don't be ridiculous! Attempting to remove my hand would only cause it to become more powerful than you could imagine.
Actually, I was thinking of cutting off the whole arm, so I'd never have to hear another one of your tuning viola rambles.
Damn it, what's with this genius girl? Is she really a mad scientist?
What do we do for an operation like this? A kitchen knife? A chainsaw? Maybe an axe.
Oh, sorry. Chan.
Sorry, I was still
Oh, you're
muted.
fine, you're fine.
Christian, are you okay?
Graphic content warning.
Didn't I say Ixnay on the jokes? Daru, stop that woman!
I'm afraid that's not happening. You said you would help me. Right, Hashira?
Well, that's not...
Then you just lied to me?
Daru seemed to crumble under Kiri's stinging gaze. I could tell that he was sweating from every pore. Despite the lack of air conditioning, it feels as though the temperature in this room suddenly dropped below freezing. How did we get here? Have the events of the last 24 hours really driven her insane?
Very well. Let's get started.
Oh, on what?
Didn't you hear me? Cutting it off.
She wore an ecstatic glee of complete reversal from just a few minutes ago. That smile sent chills down my spine. Wait, Christina! Just stay calm, alright? Let's talk about this. You've been through hell today. You're exhausted. Try to calm down.
Gotcha.
The Mumu was Aoi and you and me and her, right? That wasn't the yandere, was it? No, it wasn't, but she was also Monica. Huh?
No, in that one I was God.
You were God, yes.
Everyone, you're a god.
Thanks, God.
You're welcome.
Thanks, God.
You're welcome. It was a joke. There's no way I'd do something like that. Did you think I was serious?
That was a joke.
That's what I said. What? You didn't believe I'd actually try to cut his arm off, did you?
So, you're okay, Christian?
I'm sorry, Mayuri. Did I scare you?
She smiles. You bastard! How could you joke around at a time like this? I almost believed you.
I had to joke around because things are so bad. How else am I supposed to keep my morale up? But wait, did my little joke just scare a self-proclaimed mad scientist half to death?
Your little charade truly was a joke. That level of madness is mere child's play to me.
You say that, but I saw someone's face go completely pale at one point.
Daru, she's talking about you.
I'm talking about you.
Hey, you too. If you get angry like that, you're gonna get zapped again.
I wouldn't worry about that if I were you, Mayushi. Because they're holding hands.
Oh, you're right.
Picked up a horrible habit. When we start getting into an argument, we hold hands. It had been trained into us since last night. Just like Pavlov's dog. If it were trained to avoid electric shocks. Desperation does strange things to people. I also had the option to trick myself into believing that the pain from the electric shock was pleasurable, but I feared that I might lead to issues down the line, so I took the lesser of the two evils. Oh no.
Oh well.
Kirisu stood up as if she made a decision.
It's painful to admit, but there's nothing we can do to fix this right now. So I think we should try to get some sleep to refresh ourselves. Even if the two of us are stuck together, those things are essential.
You're quite right, but how are we supposed to do that? Are we going to sleep here together? Right here? I personally wouldn't mind, really, but she shot that idea down previously.
I guess that's reasonable. But I think we'd better be served if we get some more rest somewhere a little more comfortable. So, I'm heading home.
Home?
That's right.
Wait, where's that?
You know where. My hotel room.
Hello? Hotel? But that means...
Huh? But what is Ocarine supposed to do? Wait, does that mean you're really going to cut off his arm?
How many times do I have to tell you I was kidding?
Then, what am I supposed to do?
Come with me, of course. We don't have a choice, right?
I'm going back to our hotel with her? The room seemed to freeze over once more. And for a while, a silence fell upon the lab. Dara was the one to speak first.
You're going to a hotel with Ocarine? Together?
It's not a big room, so I don't think all four of us would fit.
What does this mean? I thought she didn't want to go back to her. She didn't want to go back to her room with me. Isn't that why we spent the night here? So why now? What is she thinking? What are her true intentions? Christina, you intend to take me to your hotel room. Is that what you're saying?
It sounds so indecent when you say it.
Then, let me put it another way. What do you plan to do on me once you've taken me into your secret base? Ah! Now I've got it! You're gonna take my brain as a keepsake because you desire my genius-level intelligence! Or maybe you're gonna lobotomize me and collect as much data as you can.
If you wish.
If you're capable of such atrocities. I was gonna say go ahead and try, but then I remembered my right arm incident and thought I'd better off it.
You know, we're just going to a hotel. There's only one thing to do, and that's sleep.
I only heard hotel, do, and sleep.
Ashida, would you like for me to remove your brain?
My bad.
I swear, both of you need to put a leash on your weird imagination. Okay? As I said before, since we can't fix the situation we're in, I just want to sleep in a place that's more comfortable.
In other words, she just gave up. I thought as much last night, but women really are brave in situations like this. But, are you sure it's okay?
Am I sure what's okay?
I mean, if I come with you.
said that you wouldn't do anything weird.
Oops.
Or was that a lie?
Of course it wasn't. I swear to Newton.
I think it was Einstein yesterday, but that's a minor detail if you say so. I trust you.
She looked straight into my eyes as she told me that. She trusts me. There's no way I could think of doing something weird after hearing that. Especially with the look in her eyes.
So jealous, Ocarine. I usually wants to visit Christian's room too.
That's right. We were talking about that before, weren't we? Then let's have a sleepover at my place once number 12 is off.
Much fun. I haven't had a sleepover since I stayed at Luka-kun's.
What? Mayuri, you stayed at Lukaku's?
I did.
Hold on. How have I not heard of this?
Huh? Didn't I tell you? Oh, right. You were busy when it happened. That I forgot to tell you.
Just to make sure, Lukaku is still a guy, right? Could he have miraculously changed sexes somehow?
Yep.
Guess not. And did you tell your parents about this?
They said it was okay as long as it was Luka-kun's.
Lukakuns? Did your parents have met him before?
Uh-huh. He visited my place before, and they said he's very polite and nice.
That's probably because they thought he was a girl.
Also said that it was fun having me over. Like having 2 daughters.
He would say that. But could that mean... No way. Just thinking about it is giving me a headache.
Okay, Ocarine?
Yeah. It's Lukaku. If she slept over at Lukaku's, it should be fine, right? I have mixed feelings about all this.
Feeling a little possessive, are we? Not a good look.
It's not like that.
Hey, you guys have been awake since yesterday, right? I think you should go back to the hotel and get some rest.
You're right. I don't know how much longer I can hang around here. Let's get going, Okabe.
Are you sure?
I told you that I trust you.
I see. If she's okay with it, I should be too. Then, let's go. Onward to your lair.
What do you mean, lair?
With that, I'm headed to the hotel on Ochanomizu, where Kirisu is living during her stay in Japan.
Oh, wait, Ocarine. Ocarine.
Daru stopped me on the way out the door. Yes, Daru.
There's something I swore I would tell you in an event like this.
And that is... Daru's expression grows serious. He asks,
You sure that's enough armor?
I'll take the best you have.
I swear to God.
Neither one of us said a word as we made our way to the station. From Akihabara to Ochanomizu. Normally we could have walked it, but we were too exhausted to even consider it. It was just about sunset when we arrived. Fortunately, Ochanomizu is only one stop away. It'll take 3 minutes at most. Once we arrive, Kirisu's hotel is an additional 5-minute walk from the station. As she approaches the front desk, the attendant hands her a key without even asking for her room number. I wonder if Kirisu notices the curious look the attendant gave when they noticed me by her side. After that, we took an elevator to the 6th floor. We stopped in front of one particular door in a hallway full of them.
Close your eyes.
Excuse me?
Just do it. I'll lead the way. And keep them shut until I tell you to open them. Got it?
Yeah. I didn't know what was going on, but I did as instructed.
In that case, we're going in. But whatever you do, don't open your eyes.
The more you tell me not to, the more tempted I get
Oh?
to keep them closed forever. Roger that. She opens the door and lets me into the room.
Wait there.
After a few steps, she tells me to wait, so I stand still. I can hear her moving around in the room.
Now stay right here this time.
I did so for about 5 minutes. Then she took me by my arm and moved me somewhere else. For another 5 minutes. During which time I stood still with my eyes shut just as promised. Just as I was getting impatient and prepared to complain.
Alright, you can open your eyes now.
I heard her voice at my side and slowly opened my eyes. To a room far beyond anything I imagined. You've been staying here the whole time you've been in Japan?
I'm sleeping at the lab a lot these days, but mostly, yeah.
I mean, I didn't entertain the thought when I saw this hotel's exterior. But I imagine she might have had a tiny room for business trips or something. Perhaps this was wishful thinking. This girl, she said she was staying at a regular hotel last time I checked. But to book a place like this, she really is Celeb 17. Tell me, what sort of atrocities does one need to commit to afford to stay at a place like this?
Atrocities? Maybe don't insult the person who's offering you a roof. By the way, you want anything to drink?
Do you have Dr. P?
Unfortunately not. We should have stopped by a convenience store. Is cola okay?
Curious to open the fridge and took out a cola. Of course, I made sure to stay within the 1 meter radius of her when she moved around the room. I looked at the bottle of soda she gave me. This has to be from the hotel's minibar. It must cost at least twice the price it would at a convenience store. And she can hand me something this expensive without batting an eye? Celeb Sev is something else.
Don't worry, it's not poisoned or anything.
I downed the bottle. Given that I'd be too afraid to drink something since the bathroom incident, the beverage felt as though it raised me from the dead. Now that I've got my eyes open, what were you doing puttering around the room earlier?
Well, you're a guest, right? I wanted to tidy up a bit before I invited you in.
Tidy up?
Yeah, things get messy when you live in a place like this. Lots of things.
Lots of things.
That's what I said.
Don't worry about me. I wouldn't be offended if I saw your teddy bear panties hanging up to dry.
Shut up. I stopped wearing teddy bear panties a few years ago. Ah!
I see. So you were wearing them until a few years ago. Teddy bear panties.
Just keep it up. Okabe, will you...
What's up, Teddyware?
Oh no. Teddyware?
What do you think? Kinda cute, right? Good branding, at least. Hey, Teddyware.
Say that one more time and you won't leave this room alive.
Seriously? Just trying to lighten the mood a little.
Hey, Okabe.
Kirisu's face grew stern as she looked at me. What is it, assistant?
I'm exhausted. I'm going to head to bed.
Alright then, I'm gonna do the same. Oops.
Oh. Let me tell you again. I trust you.
I know. Rest easy. She trusts me. That's exactly what she just said. That's why she brought me here. Then I must repay that trust in kind.
Okay, don't move a muscle.
Hold on.
Why?
Just what are you holding in your hands?
An eye mask and a rope? What? Haven't you ever seen them before?
I know what they are. I want to know what you plan to do with them.
What else? I'm going to tie you up so that you don't try anything weird while I'm asleep.
While you're asleep? Just how long are you going to keep me tied up like that?
I'm sorry, but the ends justify the means. I just need a good night's sleep.
What about my sleep?
If you're really that tired, I'm sure you'll stay quiet.
Damn her. You have to be kidding. Were you just lying when you said you trusted me?
I do trust you, but this is different. I have to be extra careful.
She's smiling, but her eyes are filled with grim determination. She looks like she's not kidding after all. By the way, Christina, why would you ever have rope and an eye mask at the ready so close to your bed? Oh no. Could it be that's what turns you on? Still, I'm afraid you're not going to rope a normal sexual speaking guy like me into your twisted fantasies.
Oh, come on! I wear the eye mask on long flights, and I use the rope to hang laundry. These are must-haves during a trip. Just let me tie you up. I promise it won't hurt.
Crap. I don't think I can take the humiliation of being tied up and blindfolded. I wanted to run to the other side of the massive room, but since we can't be more than a meter apart, all I could do was glare at her and back away. Though eventually we hit a wall and that'd be the end of that. I'm warning you now. I won't stay quiet if you try and tie me up with those. I'll resist and try to shock you while you're showering or sleeping, Teddyware. Though naturally that'll shock me too. But sacrifices must be made. If I die, I'm taking her with me.
You bastard! And don't call me Teddyware!
You're the bastard! Okay, let's try this. I could deal with the eye mask, but I'm not being tied up with the rope. Or else I won't be able to sleep at all. And if something does happen, you could tie me up.
Nobody asked you to get clever about
Hi,
it.
Deadpool, how are you? Despite Kirisu's knee-jerk at-channel response, she gave me an idea. She gave the idea a thought. And?
Fine. No rope.
You mean it?
Yes, but the eye mask stays on, alright?
Well, I think I can handle that. At least, I can at least pretend I'm wearing the eye mask as a sleep aid.
Here, put this on.
Kirisu handed me the mask. It's a bit annoying, but a promise is a promise. The eye mask stays on in bed. I put the eye mask on with my own two hands. Okay. Oh, sorry, it's you.
Okay, stay still.
Huh?
There we go.
Hey!
What?
Don't what me? Why are you tying me up? You're breaking your promise.
Hey, don't move! Your eye mask is coming off!
Only because you tied me up.
We were talking about when I was sleeping. I'm taking a shower now. And that you're staying tied up for, no matter what.
I thought of lodging a few more complaints, but then I realized that would just be a waste of time. Besides, I was tied up whether I disagreed with it or not. Alright, go take your damn shower.
Oh, that's right. Put these on too.
Put what on?
Headphones.
Headphones? Why do I have to wear those?
Well, I don't want you to imagine anything while I'm in the shower.
Excuse me? What is she trying to hide? Ah, now I get it.
Get what?
Almost all hotels have both a shower and a toilet and a bathroom. So you're going to...
You are the worst. Your lack of any sense of delicacy. I'm going to kill you.
But wait, I was just kidding. I didn't think you were really going to...
Finish that sentence and die.
I'm sorry. She's literally got me blinded and bound, and this could really be dangerous. So there I was, tied up, senses deprived from the eye mask and headphones, waiting for Kirisu to finish taking her shower.
Wouldn't that not have worked, though, because they would be more than a meter apart?
This is true.
Details.
This is true, wait. And can that watch even survive water?
Would it
Maybe
shock
she's
Kitty
into
to
it.
death?
Wait, yeah, would she die? If she's in the water? I must have fallen asleep.
Forbidden bath bomb. Let's
Oh
go.
no. What could have happened afterwards? Oh, that's right. Kirisu got out of the bathroom and complained about all little things that I'd somehow done wrong. And I guess we both crashed after that. The lights are still on. She insisted that I wear the eye mask, but I must have forgotten. I checked the clock. It's past 10 p.m. It was around 6 p.m. when we were arguing, so it's only been a few hours that I slept. I heard Kirisu sigh from just over my head. Of course she's asleep in her bed, and I'm on the floor. But even the floor of this room is luxurious. It was actually more comfortable than sleeping on the couch in the lab. Her voice was barely audible, but I heard it.
I'm sorry, Dad. So,
I wonder what kind of dream she's having. She said so. What's she gonna say after that? Why is this genius girl trying to be a scientist? Why did she travel overseas? And why is she crying? I stopped thinking about it. It's none of my business, and as far as I'm concerned, I never heard a thing. I put the eye mask on and went back to sleep. The next morning, well, perhaps say afternoon, since it was already past 12 by the time we left the hotel and headed towards the lab. From Ochanomizu, we crossed the Hichirabashi Bridge and passed the Yushima Saido Temple and Kandamojin Shrine on our way to Akihabara. It's only about a 20-minute walk. But as we made our way through the back streets of Akihabara, we had an unexpected meeting.
Okabe-san.
Lukaku and
Kiryu-san?
Morning.
Lukaku and Finger. That really was unexpected. Out of the ordinary, in fact. What are you two doing here? The question on my mind simply slipped out of me.
Here.
Moika slowly pointed at a small, nondescript building. I waited for her to keep going, but she remained silent. Outside of her messages, she really is a woman of few words. I tried to get a little more info out of her. Okay, what are you doing there?
Building's name.
The name? Arc Rewrite?
Oh, Arc Rewrite's the name of the editing company that you work for, right?
Yeah.
I see. I do remember hearing that she worked there. Ironic given how bad she is at communicating with people. I thought she might have been fired by now, but I guess it's not the case. This must be the most tolerant company in the world. If I'm ever in need of a job, this is the first door I'll knock on. Though that would mean I'd have to kowtow to Moika, because she would be a senior employee. I can't imagine I like that very much. Anyway, that's not important right now. But you work here, Moika. Why is Lukaku with you?
I asked for a photo shoot.
Photo shoot?
Exclusive. A real shrine maiden descended upon the streets of Akihabara.
Huh? You're talking about Lukaku?
Right? My editor-in-chief wants me to do a feature on him.
Clever. I know there are cosplayers who dress up in Shrine Maiden costumes, but Lukaku might be a real Shrine Maiden in Akiba. Aside from the maiden part. But Lukaku's a guy. Isn't that technically false advertising?
You can't tell from the photos.
This seems very unconsidered somehow. Like, wouldn't Lukaku's life get harder if this feature blows up and he becomes super popular? Perhaps not. This generation might be more accepting of someone like him. That might even become the key to his popularity. If Lukaku were to get popular, would we be able to make money off of him? Oh, what the fuck? We could copyright his image and make official Lukaku-sponsored products. The Future Gadget Laboratory could almost function as a maid cafe. Might be a good idea. So, what do you think about all this, Lukaku? No response? What's going on? He's looking at me and Kirisu and blushing.
Is something wrong with Urushibara-san?
No idea. Hey, Lukaku! Can you hear me?
Huh? Oh, yes! Did you just call me?
Call you? I did. Are you going to accept Shining Finger's offer?
She said she just wanted to bring me in to talk about it for now.
And? Do you want this or not?
Well, I haven't really...
Once again, Lukaku blushes while looking from Kirisu to me and back again.
What's wrong, Urushibara-san? Are you sick? No, I'm okay. It's just...
Just what?
Just... Now I know it's true. True? What are you talking about? Well, Kiryu-san...
Did she do something?
Kiryu-san told me she saw you two coming out of... You know, out of a hotel. And that you guys were holding hands. Huh?
Finger! Did she see us together?
Are you two?
Oh, sorry.
No! It's just... We left together.
Meaning that you also entered together, right?
That's, well... You're technically right. But it's not what it looks like.
You're getting too panicky, Christina. And you, Finger. Why are you so chatty all of a sudden? Huh?
Oh my gosh, you both came out of there holding hands. Are you two, come on, tell me. Don't just stand there.
Don't mail me your response.
I don't know what to say. I guess congratulations, you two. I told you, it's not like that. Do you get it now?
After the uncomfortable misunderstanding, we felt obliged to explain ourselves to Moeka and Lukaku. Basically, we were only holding hands because we were in the middle of an argument. As a side note, Kirisu and I now have a pretty good understanding on how much voltage it needs to build up before we get our shock. Meaning that if we feel an electric shock coming while arguing, we automatically hold each other's hands. This makes it very confusing for anyone watching to determine whether we're friends or enemies.
In other words, nothing has happened between the two of us, and it never will.
Just had to get a little jab in there, didn't ya? I'll have you know I'm the one suffering. Nobody should have to spend time with anyone as annoying as you.
Oh? That's my line. It makes my skin crawl just thinking that someone would think we're together.
What was that?
What do you think?
We hold hands.
Huh.
Heh. 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
You get it now.
You get
Wait,
it now, right?
I think you're the bottom one.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
I
3,
see.
2, 1. You get it now,
So do you
right?
understand now?
So,
Are these like lover spats?
3, 2, 1. No!
No!
I think that's a good place to end it for tonight. Gamer. There was a lot of arguing today in that episode. Jesus Christ. My voice hurts.
it was lover spat.
Had to yell a lot today. A lot of lover spats, yes. Okay. I'm going to send you all off somewhere. I don't know where yet. Let me figure that out real quick. And then I shall be back either on Monday or Tuesday, continuing Shadow the Hedgehog. More Shadow. And yeah, that's about it really. That's all I got for you. I am going to send you to... I love all of you, my widow angels. Kissies forever. Fuck you. Why do you do this to me?
See, Bob's still here.
Why do you do this to me? I'm in pain. I'm gonna send you to Cathal VRC, who's playing VR chat. They're doing a chill stream. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. I'm sorry if I was a bit off today. The heat was killing me, but I made it through without dying. I need to go drink some water after this. A lot more water. Why am I getting an ad for eBay Motors? eBay for cars? It's a strange ad. Holy water, I will. He is killing everyone. Apparently, we like all over the world. I'm just gonna move to Antarctica and live with the polar bears.
freeze to death instead.
Alright, goodbye!